Hi, welcome back to episode 2 of my Shining the Holy Ark Let's Play series. Uh, it's been kind of a while since my last one. Uh, wait. Okay, I thought that was a penis. That's not, that's just shading. Okay. It's been a while since my last one. I got a little bit busy and also a little bit lazy. The new Terraria update just came out, and despite the fact that it changed 3 things, as my perspective as somebody who only really plays Terraria when a new update comes out, it's been sucking up all of my time, and I haven't been playing any other games. So I've gotten bored of it. I've gotten to a part where I'm stuck. So I'm back here, and I'm hoping to be a little bit more consistent. Right off the bat, I saved this until last time, which was a bad move, because the kind of people who would stick around until last time, I don't think are the kind of people who would really care what I do about this, because they, are interested in basically everything. I'm gonna ask you, the casual viewer, what do you think I should do about uploading this series? I'm thinking about posting them publicly and then unlisting them after a day or two. So all these are strategies to keep the feed from being cluttered. Posting them unlisted right from the get-go, just kind of having them on a more consistent schedule. Option 3, don't enlist them at all and just post them publicly. That honestly would be easiest, but I don't know if people are opposed to that, because I mean, I've had a couple of YouTubers who post semi infrequently and then suddenly start to do a series of something every couple of days, and I'm like, I don't really care about this, and then either I just unsubscribe or I miss when their actually big upload comes out. I don't know. Tell me your thoughts. I could also just make a second channel, but that seems hassle. That seems like a hassle. Hello. It's a large expedition this time. Were you a part of it? Yes. They sure made a big fuss over a small task of just catching a few outlaws. Who's a few? There was one, Buster Brown. I got all excited and thought that a war had broken out or something. I learned that Buster Brown is a character. I don't know if I've said Buster Brown in a video. I say Buster Brown as a joke every so often. I'm like, hey, Buster Brown. It's a funny thing to say because people don't really say that kind of thing. And I learned that he's a weird bug-eyed child. And he's actually he's normal in the actual comic strips, but everything else that he's been in, it's the artist trying to there's a specific comparison that I'm thinking of right now, where it's lag spike, where it's a cartoon character that is normal in its own series, but every other depiction of it has been in a more realistic style, and it just hasn't worked out for them. I'll remember it later. Right now, let's go with Mickey Mouse, because they gave him those pupils. Hi.
You've had it the mind, didn't you? I can tell.
I'm not doing that. Were you scared? I bet you were. And you know why? I was told that mine is cursed. A long time ago, when people were digging in the mine, they found a passage leading to the Godspeak. Finding that passage was the start of many bad things. Monsters, cave-ins, it was horrible, so they had to shut down the mine. That's awesome. What are you singing? Are you singing the song? Background music? Okay, I want to see what... Oh, this guy. Hello.
The mercenaries were killed in the cave-in, I hear.
I put a noise gate on. I don't know if this is actually coming through. I have to talk normally.
Some of the mercenaries were killed in the cave-in, I hear. You were very lucky to have survived. The only person to survive the cave-in was some sorcerer named Forte. He went back to the castle with the soldiers.
It's crazy how every NPC has an idle animation, and then an animation for looking up at you to talk. Like, that's kind of... I mean, I guess most RPGs would have, like, 4 directions and a walk cycle for all 4 directions, but this is, like... It's also, like, those are, like, 16 by 16 pixels. Oh, this is more what I'm used to. This is what I was talking about with how Shining in the Darkness did it. This is what the, like, all the things looked like. This is kind of what the... Not really what the towns were like, but, like... Oh. It would be awesome if that was, like, the mana healing item in this game. Oh, I can't open my inventory in a shop. Hey. It's been a long time since I've seen mercenaries around these parts. So, is there anything an old blacksmith can do for you? No, I'm just here. People of your profession often venture to dangerous places and find many interesting items. If you ever find any rare materials, be sure to bring them in. I can make very useful equipment out of rare materials that can make a mercenary like yourself very powerful. I do actually need you. I want to see what your shop is. Oh, that's all he does. Okay, let's see. Sword. What do you mean no? Are you the armorer? The shielder? Can I only do unequipped items, or are you just not even... Oh, are you looking just for items? Oh, that's like a permanent upgrade. Can't forge anything out of that. Why don't you leave if you're just gonna waste my time? Asshole. He's not an asshole. I tried to make him forge something out of garlic. It's like... You can't do that. But, you know... Could have been a little nicer. You don't equip garlic. Okay. I'm gonna give it to Melody, because she's our magic user. She had fire magic, I think. Yes, she had fire magic, so... I mean, it doesn't matter. I was thinking, like, you know, if she's our healer, I'm not gonna give her the mana upgrade, but, like, why? She needs that also. Here you go. Oh, magic defense. Oopsie. Did I talk to you? You look awesome. Whoa, that's a voice. This is the mining town Desire. Many people used to come here to look for gold in the nearby mine in hopes of getting rich. Now that the mine is closed and only a few people live here. Now, though. Yeah. This is what Melody's voice should have been. Instead of, like, that high-pitched, like... That's an exit. This is the pub. I love the pub in Shining in the Darkness because there's like a wolf guy inside of it. Oh, there's tons of weird guys in here. Welcome, we have great food and drinks here. Please relax and enjoy yourselves. You must have... I just realized what that guy looks like. I love how, like... I don't know if he looks like he's two different head... like a different head on a different body. Like some guy's head on another guy's body. Or if he just, like... Is he just necklace? I feel like the issue isn't just in the neck, because... I don't even know. You must be travelers who got stuck here because they closed the road to Enric. Well, there isn't anything to be done about it until they reopen the gate. Owner. I thought that said Oliver at first, and I was like, yeah, okay, that's an Oliver. Maybe it isn't a mistake, that's just an Oliver.
Are you looking for a room? I'm sorry, but the rooms are not ready yet. Let's come back in a little while.
Oh, so this is like the inn. Oh, she ran down the stairs. Okay, I thought I was like... I thought I like rang the bell and then started going like... Food, please! Waiter! Lisa, hello. You look cool. Oh boy. Is this gonna be a party member? Are you are you looking for someone to have a drink with? Not that kind of woman. Little boys aren't my style. Am I little?
Ha ha ha.
Oh, is this guy gonna be a party member too?
Ha ha ha. You're wasting our time. The only thing that will turn her head is the strong, strapping warrior type.
What am I? Am I not that? That's magic. Rhodey? I mean, he's Sith. No, oh no, she is the. Okay, it was a good move to put magic defense on her though, because she's the weakest, because she's the woman. That's how RPGs work. Tactics. Okay, status. I need to look at what I look like. Not that kind of game. I don't get a full body portrait. Okay. I feel like my character is a lot of things. I don't know if I scream little boy. Oh, whoa. You're like... Did I just completely miss that when you talked before? You have like Genesis Space is your voice. We traveled all the way to this backwater village of the on the advice of Sabato, the sage of Enric Castle. We were told that if we met with Rhodey at the Godspeak, we would find what we were looking for, only to find he died in a cave-in. Now we may never know what he meant by... Now we may never know what he meant by that. Halfling. No, the fuck you aren't. I've got to get to Enric. If the border gate is closed, I could try going through the forest, although I know it's dangerous. You seem to have a reason to go too, right? Would you like to go with me? After all, there is safety in numbers. Yes. I thought you would say so. You're staying here, aren't you? I'll visit your room tonight and we'll make plans then. I'm not staying here. They don't have any rooms. Okay. This game, I don't think it has a day and night cycle. This feels like the kind of thing where either that means nothing and it just means as soon as you get a room, he's gonna show up, or it's like a one-time thing. Like, this seems like the kind of game that has, like, missable party members if you, like, mess up. Hi, Hans. Playmobil. The skill of the blacksmith in this village won me over, so I decided to work here. I often visit him whenever I find mithril ore. He makes very fine equipment. However, since they closed the border, I can't conduct my business. What am I to do? Digo. Hello. Whoa. That's like, I can't just, like, every time I see somebody's face try to make a connection to some other thing. But that's like a... No, I should take my own advice. This village used to be so lively when there was gold here. Such a long time ago. Now it's almost empty. Okay, I'm gonna check the bell one more time. Maybe, like, it was like the rooms aren't ready until I have a reason to have a room. Hello.
You're looking for a room?
Okay. You must be mercenaries, right? You look quite skilled. I can tell. It's my business too. Hey, don't look at me like that. If you don't want to talk about it, say so. Here, have one on the hat. Whoa, that was easy. Oh my god, this animation. There's some other mercenaries in here too, over in the back. The woman is a knight, and the other is a dragon warrior. I heard that they were hired by the Sage Sabato to come out and join this expedition. They don't seem to know what to do next now that they've lost that outlaw in the cave-in. Border's been closed down. I remember hearing tales about a skilled team of mercenaries consisting of a princess and a dragon. Could it be them? Nah, couldn't be. What would possibly interest a team like that into coming to a backwater place like this? Ooh. She's like a princess in hiding, or like a princess who just turned cool. I am planning on playing Princess Crown for this video. I haven't, for reasons aforementionedly stated, I haven't been playing anything that isn't Terraria, so I haven't really gotten to anything. I started reading Scud, the Disposable Assassin, Because there's a Saturn game based on that. Oh, okay, that makes, yeah. Whoa. Oh boy. I was like, okay, what am I gonna do to get those guys to pay attention to me? So it is you, Rhodey. We thought that you had died in that cave-in, but you matched the description given to us perfectly. I guess you're right. I am alive. Now that you know this, what are you gonna do about it? Indeed, what should we do? What's your opinion, Basso? First, we should use him to get what we are searching for in the Godspeak. Then, we can turn Rhodey in at the castle and claim the bounty to supply our travel needs. How about that? That doesn't sound like a bad plan at all. Look, Arthur, I've got a bad feeling about this. They've ignored us completely. Do you think we can beat them, or are they too powerful? Well, what are you two hirelings gonna do? Urion 2 doesn't bother us at all. Well, it doesn't look like we have much of a choice. But we haven't had a chance to heal up yet. Oh, I didn't even think about that. What are you doing? Oh, who is this? Ah, a little inter-mercenary fight, eh? But that'll cause problems for our village, and that I will not allow. We value peace here. What do you mean? We weren't going to... No matter what name you want to give it, please do not disturb the peace here. Well, putting it that way does put a cramp in our style, so what do you suggest we do? Okay, I hope that this isn't gonna be just like, yeah, why don't you go out into the woods and do it? And then it's just the same thing, except it's a different backdrop. I hope that this is like an excuse to get us to join our team, because I'm very worried that these guys aren't gonna join our team, and I really want these guys to join our team. No matter who wins the contest, afterwards, if you both remain in this village, you'll run into each other again, and then the cycle. Oh yeah, hoo hoo hoo. Then we should just do the job right the first time, right? Then you won't have that problem. You're quite the argumentative and dangerous individual, aren't you? I repeat, do not fight in this village. Wait at least until the border gates open. Alright, you win. We will obey your wishes and wait until the gate opens to resolve our differences. What? Are you sure? If we let him go now? As long as all of us are stuck in this village, there's no need to make her stay any less comfortable than it is now. I guess. I wonder if that, like, butt on his head is, like, his helmet, or if that's, like, part of his head. Because it, like, reaches down to his nose, but it's, like, shaped like a butt and rocks. I understand that, but it really pains me to let him go like this. It's only until the gate opens, and it's not as if they can go anywhere either. Can you, my playfellows? Well, I guess you're right. I'll let you go for now. However, I look forward to when the gate opens. Oh boy, I really hope these guys join our team. I don't want... Cool. I mean, like, I wouldn't mind these guys as, like, rivals. But they're so cool. I was... I just looked in the pub and I was like, oh my god, these are all gonna be our party members, and now I'm, like, disappointed. I was about to say, even, like, is this gonna be the kind of game where, like, we just get to, like, have, like, a selection of, like, so many party members that, that you just, like, kind of, like, just so many party members that you get in, like, every town. You just get to, like, pick based on, like, what, like, mechanics they have and their skill sets. Doesn't... I mean, we saw that halfling. It's, like, clearly a kobold. Unless that's just his name. That's, like... It's like calling a dog human. I don't know. I really hope I feel like I really want to recruit those guys. But yeah, Scud. I'm reading Scud. I'm gonna play Scud. Scud is like, it's like an indie comic. Like indie. I don't think it even had like a, it wasn't under a publisher even. It was like self-published. And it was co-written from, I think, the second issue onwards by Dan Harmon. Before Dan Harmon had done his things, which is kind of cool. I like Community. I haven't watched Rick and Morty and have no plans to because I'm not a Redditor. I liked the first issue of Scud. It's like they make a Sinistar reference. So I'm a little biased. It's just like really, really tightly paced, like just an action scene with a lot of like strange art and character design, and like kind of like it has like kind of like Flash cartoon. Am I okay? I'm lagging like crazy. Hold on. I need to. What else do I have open? I have OBS. I can close Steam. It's and the coloring is really good. It has like Flash sensibilities in the sense of like Tarboy, you know Tarboy? It like, I mean the art style is just kind of like the way they draw mouths, the like, I mean like I feel like a lot of Flash cartoons have like that kind of like style of drawing mouths where it's like you know what I'm talking about, right? Where it's like the screaming baseball that goes let's fucking go. It's like that. All the characters are just like most of them are humans, but like they basically are not designed as if they were humans. They're just kind of like humanoid creatures, but there's like they don't like mention it. It's just like, yeah, this is just like this is how we draw humans because we have like style and intrigue. The paneling is awesome. It's just really cool, and I like Scud. It has like he's like the like Doug TenNaples style, where it's just like a weird guy with like a wobbly head. Issue 2 onwards has like that kind of like indie comic like pretentiousness. I don't know if I've ever even like thought of this as like a thing until I read this comic and it all kind of clicked. But like every indie comic made by like a personality has like where they have like a like a wacky main character. You can always kind of tell that they're like kind of inserting themselves into this role. Like they're kind of like I mean I'm like only on issue like 4 or 5 I think. It was way too early to say if Scud fills this role. This is the vibe I got from issue 2 and 3. You know how like I haven't read Cerebus. I don't really have any intention to. You know how like halfway through that it just kind of becomes like a mouthpiece for like the creator's politics. His like really uninformed kind of shitty politics, but like the main character is still like a aardvark. You know how Doug TenNaples constantly makes like variations of the same character design, and he's also like kind of an asshole. You know, John Crick Belushi. It's like that kind of thing where it's like you can tell that they're kind of like trying to like play like the Joker through like their like wacky cartoon characters. Basically, in issue 2, Scud gets into like military gear, or like military he wears like a combat vest and like combat fatigues or whatever. Not fatigues. He wears like a skin tight black bodysuit. It's like the most assassin that he's been in the comic so far, and only issue 2 because he's actually like assassinating people. He kills the person by sniping them, and then the rest of the issue is just him escaping from people, and it's like, dude, so cool, so cool. And first of all, I liked Scud because he was like kind of like a cartoonish character doing like cartoonish antics with his guns. He like literally just turns into like gun kata with a long head, and then in issue 3 he goes Joker mode and starts pretending to be Jesus because he gets his like brain fried or something. He paints a bloody smile on his previously mouthless face, and he puts a thorn crown on his head. His ripped up combat fatigues serving as a toga, and he pretends he's Jesus. I'm gonna wait to see. I'm gonna keep reading it, and I'm gonna play the game. Right now, how did I forget to mention Rick and Morty when I was listing, like, cartoon creators who, like, are inserting themselves? Okay. I'm gonna wait to see if it gets bad. I don't think it's gonna get bad. I just don't necessarily know if it's the kind of thing that I like wanted it to be when I started reading it. He also like brags about Quentin Tarantino owning the comics, and like that was probably a little cooler back when he had made like 2 movies. Oh boy, it's me and that guy, Messina. That's just Arthur with closed eyes. Literally, oh my god, I was joking. That's literally just me, but with closed eyes and like broader shoulders. The forest to the south is a place where the last battle was fought during the Enric War. The graveyard behind the lake seems to be all that's left of the war. I was told not to go near the graveyard. People say that ghosts of warriors long gone would appear and challenge you. I can't tell if that's like, I mean, I guess we'll see if that's like, you should go here next, or if it's, stay away from here, there's strong enemies. A smart way to fight in dungeons is to find pixies that live in various places and summon them at the moment monsters appear. The right pixies are used against the right foes. The pixies will attack them before they get to you. Their attack power increases as the number of pixies grows. Ugh. And I think they can help you find treasure too. I did see pixies in like some footage I've seen at the game. There's like little like, they just like stay in the corner of your screen and like animate, and they're 2D pixel art. You're looking for some weapons? You can't see them from over there. Come closer and take a good look. Oh, I can walk in here. No, I can't. What do you... That's awesome. That's awesome that you did that. Welcome to my shop. What weapons are you looking for? Take your time and look around. Buy, sell, repair, sale items. I don't need weapons really. Do I? I mean, I have coins to get. I don't know. I'm gonna wait until we're like out first. Like out in the, you know. Hi, we have many travel supplies here. If you're going on an adventure, you may buy some of the item. Okay, let me look at them. From herbs to antidotes, we have what you need. These aren't really tools. Yeah, this is goods. Oh, I didn't notice that on the other one. I like how it looks like it's on the table. I love diegetic UI. I like how in Ocarina of Time, in Majora's Mask, and every other Zelda game on the planet, it's like you can see the items on the shelf, but then like the UI is still in there. It's like that kind of thing, except like to the max. I think I feel like I've said like cranked to 11 a couple of times in my videos. I might be misremembering. I feel like I've said that a couple of times. I didn't realize that until like a couple months ago that was a Spinal Tap reference. Like explicitly like a thing that people say because of Spinal Tap. Because I don't watch bad movies. Make jokes here on the Miles of Kilometers YouTube channel. Hello and welcome. We have all sorts of armor for sale. Okay, so everything is in one store. The blacksmith is like literally just for upgrading stuff. That makes sense. I mean, honestly, that's kind of more reasonable than that makes more sense than like how most RPGs do it. That's not. I mean, I don't know how like medieval, how the medieval economy worked. I don't know. I feel like honestly, you would expect a blacksmith to sell their own weapons back then. Oh. Was it orange before? I don't think it was. So is there... I think there is a day and night cycle. No, because it's... Okay, let's see. No, okay, it's just because it's a map, and maps look like that. Okay, here. I know, this is the dungeon. Yeah, this is the only footage of the game that I've seen, I think. Desire Village. Oh boy, I can't wait to get into the groove of the dungeon. Hello. Oh, that's a Deltarune reference. Oh, jeez. Freaky. Oh, those are teeth. Oh, are they? No, yeah, those are teeth. Have they ever, like... I don't know if they ever, like, explained what those things were in the first chapter of Deltarune. Like, those little wigglers. Crazy that that's coming out this year. It feels like I just played chapter 4. Chapter 4. But then I think about it, I'm like, no. I've, like, been seeing people thirsting over Tenna for, like a million years at this point. I didn't even play that when I was living at my current house. I've moved, like, so many times within the past couple of years. It sucks. Hind Beetle. Somebody in the comments of the last video asked about, I don't know if they asked, I think they just mentioned that this reminded them of Camelot. I was looking, because I know that some of the Shining games are Camelot. Or, like I'm pretty sure they are. But I was looking in the opening credits and I didn't see that, and I just was like, okay, maybe I misremembered, maybe I'm just not seeing it. I googled it. Camelot exists because of this game. So Camelot didn't make this game. Technically, like, literally, they didn't make this game. They basically did make this game, because everybody who worked on this game went on to form Camelot for, Shining... I think Shining Force 3, actually. I don't think it was Shining Wisdom, because I feel like I played a little bit of Shining Wisdom. I would've... I mean, maybe. I don't actually know what the timeline was, but I'm pretty sure Shining Force 3 came out, the last of the 3. What do you mean? Why? Am I... Okay. What did I... Why did I do that? Why did I heal a fully healed person? Okay. Melody should be healed also. Yeah, I need to remember to... I say this as if this is something that I actually need to remember. I don't know I used an herb the first time, because you usually want to conserve your healing items. I don't know if I, like, never use healing items. Like, I think a lot of people talk about that in RPGs. But I'm definitely pretty, like, conservative with them. I really like to subjugate those healing items. Okay, I was so distracted by the fact that this reminded me of a Deltarune enemy that I forgot to, like, think about how, like, weird this guy is. I love that the monster designs in this game. I love, like, I'm not, like, a huge fan of, like, fantasy, like, I'm not a fan of fantasy. I'm not really a fan of, like, high fantasy. This, I feel like, at least, like, the other Shining games, maybe. At least Shining Force, because that one's usually, like, you're fighting people. Oh my god, it's Sonic. Oh my god, whoa. Do you see how long his lips were? I mean, I don't know. I don't really like high fantasy, and I feel like that's usually just because high fantasy just kind of feels like the same setting, but with different words. And I say that as somebody who hasn't really engaged with a lot of that genre. Like, I haven't even read or watched Lord of the Rings or anything. I'm mostly just thinking of like kind of like mostly thinking of like not even really Dungeons and Dragons, because that's kind of like an exception since it was the first. Mostly just kind of like stuff in that vein, you know? And this is like a really low bar. A lot of, you know, like isekai stuff where it's just kind of like, yeah, there's goblins, there's zombies, and I say isekai, but I feel like that falls into like a couple of different like genres. Like I like Delicious in Dungeon. That even that sort of fell into a lot of those traps, I feel like. Like if it weren't for the fact that they like ate them, which I'm aware is the point of the series, there wouldn't really be anything. I mean, that's there wouldn't really be anything like to set the setting. I'm like, I don't believe this. Oh, that was really fun. For the first couple of chapters, it's like basically just like a basic isekai story, right? Except without the isekai. It's like the setting of the isekai without the isekaiing. It's just like video game mechanics. It's like a fantasy world that operates on video game mechanics, where it's just like people can come back from the dead. Every fantasy race, every monster class exists. And the only thing that really sets it apart is that they go into like the biology of the monsters, and they like describe the monsters as having tasted like other animals. And I think they you know, it improves a little later on when they start getting into like the politics of how like a setting like this would work and would work. But like that's kind of what I'm thinking of when I'm thinking of like not really being a huge fan of high fantasy, because that's like kind of the lowest part of the series for me. Wait, Rhodey was the one who died? Am I like going crazy? Did they like switch orders in the... Okay. But it's also kind of like in the fact that like how like every Japanese fantasy thing depicts kobolds as dogs, which makes sense at first, but then it's like you're just kind of like following the crowd at this point, right? You're not really like doing it, like you don't seem like passionate about like monster this like genre. You're just kind of like following the pack. I'm not saying this is a definitive rule. You should recommend me if you have any recommendations. You should give me some, like any other. Kobold is just an example. I'm thinking of like anything, but like anything that depicts kobolds is like lizards or anything. Does that exist? I'm like going crazy right now. I'm not making any sense. The kobold thing is an example, but I'm thinking of the fact that I've never seen kobolds depicted as like dinosaurs in like any like Japanese properties. Except for maybe Zelda, maybe sometimes, barely. And likewise, I haven't seen kobolds depicted as dogs in lots of Western fantasy, unless they're like wizardry or explicitly calling back to like Japanese fantasy stuff. I mean, I guess this is kind of just a matter of like Why is Rhodey the one who keeps dying? Rhodey has the fire magic. I guess this is kind of like more of a thing of like, kind of like, how to phrase this? Kind of like genres cannibalizing themselves, where it's like at a certain point the genre, people stop trying, like the genre has become so established that people start kind of just making things about the thing. Like they don't feel a need to like establish a setting because it's like, you know what genre this is, you know what the setting is. But then it's kind of like, it's, I'm spending a lot of time in this one thinking of examples for things. Hi, Trent. I'm gonna defend, even though Rhodey's the one who keeps dying. But there's like a lot of like long-running series that have like kind of become that, where it kind of becomes less about like creating a setting that you are invested in and more about just kind of like waddling around in it. Oh, Melody isn't dying because her staff heals her. Okay. Why does Rhodey keep dying, though? I think I just need to get him some armor. Okay, I guess I'm gonna head back to the town after this, because I have no reason to keep wasting mana on Rhodey. God, okay. Retreat. Awesome. Well, let's see if this makes me have to reload a save, or if it just... Oh god. Okay. Oh, okay. Wait. Oh god, is this gonna make me go through the entire dungeon again? Oh god, okay, I get the map still, I hope. Oh boy, okay. This is harsh. Oh. Oh god. Okay. Okay. Does anybody know egress? Does anybody... I'm not asking you. I just realized that... Hellblast? Okay, you have damage magic? I just realized that the Shining series doesn't have a... established enough fan base for me to just say that and know everybody to know what it means. Egress... I don't know if it's in Shining in the Darkness. In Shining Force, you start with it, I'm pretty sure. And it just lets you, like, escape the battle. And I'd figure in this game it would let you just like escape the dungeon. But I guess maybe in this game it would be a little bit more like of a... Probably need to like work for it more. Okay, you know, I just thought of an example. I've been thinking a lot about I saw a tweet by Goba, who's the Artist Quest developer. He was talking about how like we've just like kind of like the Y2K aesthetic has kind of like already killed itself because we've spent so long, we spent like a couple of years like just kind of like aestheticizing it and then not actually like going through with it. Like nothing's actually really come out that's fully taken advantage of it. Like there haven't been any big games. It's all just kind of been like pretty small things. And like anybody who like, I mean honestly I kind of prefer that. I hated what like the 80s and 90s nostalgia stuff became. People who were annoying about that are like some of the most obnoxious people on the planet. I do not want Ready Player 2K. Ready Player 1, but for millennials. But I mean I was kind of thinking about that. That's kind of like kind of like the low poly aesthetic, the pixel aesthetic. That's all kind of like stuff that's like just kind of cannibalized itself, because I think from that stuff is like a little bit I mean it's like kind of like all the stuff that was made during that period wasn't really made because it was trying to like reference something, obviously, but it had an art style because of like it became an aesthetic because of like tropes that began to form around it. And then all like most of the bad stuff that's been coming out has kind of just been like just kind of like, it's not about stuff that has the and it has the aesthetic of like a low poly aesthetic or a Y2K aesthetic, or like back when pixels were still like a trend and not just kind of like what you do when you want to make a 2D indie game and don't want to like hand animate every single thing. But like a lot of it was just kind of like, this isn't really about anything. It's just kind of like it's a game with pixels because that's the style right now. Like even Shovel Knight, which is a good game, was kind of like, that's kind of like the gimmick of Shovel Knight. That seems like kind of harsher than I mean it to be, but like it's kind of like, we all know that, right? It's not like a bad thing about it. It's just kind of like, I think that they're the only ones who like did it successfully, even because they were the first ones, basically, like really to like try to capitalize on that. Unlike, maybe first is a stretch, but you know, like the whole thing was like, we're gonna make a game that looks like an NES game. And that game doesn't even look like an NES game. But then like so many games that came out after it were just like, this is a pixel game. I mean, I say so many things. I'm mostly talking about, I mean, even when I was talking about Isekai, that kind of falls into the same category of just kind of like trend-chasing shovelware, essentially. Like there was like so much stuff that was just like Pixel Quest, Pixel Heroes, even a lot of good stuff like 3D Dot Game Heroes. It's a game based on the concept of what if the dots that made up all of your favorite games were 3D. And they were heroes. What if they looked like the Dragon Quest characters? And that went away because people were like, yeah, I get it. We like pixel we like games with pixels in them. You don't have to like do this. You can just make a game that has a pixel art style. And then low poly stuff. I think of low poly stuff as still being in like kind of the same category as like pixels, but just hasn't kind of like been unlocked yet because it hasn't matured enough as it's like an art form. I mean, it has matured quite a bit. It just hasn't like been around as like a aesthetic for long enough for people to like realize, yeah, this is just a style of this is just how you make games when you like don't want to spend a million years on each individual model. Oh, can I use this bed? There's something shining in the darkness! What are you doing? What? You come into my house and steal gold coins on the floor. How despicable. Well, if you're so short of money that you must resort to petty theft, you can have that. However, no matter what happens, don't ever repeat this miserable behavior in the future. Must be very boring for you mercenaries to be stuck here because the border is closed. But please try to be patient. If you get into a fight, it will distress all the people living here in Desire Village. Do you know about the ancient ruins in the South Forest? At least one sacred treasure is said to be hidden in the ruins and is supposedly of great power. If you have an interest, why don't you explore the ruins? However, I do hear that tough guardians are protecting the place. If you go, try to be careful. The Storyteller's Mansion is located on the outskirts of Vinric. There you can hear about our legends, and even the history of our country. My father went there often just to listen to all their tales. I mean, even like saying that there's so much like stuff that's just kind of capitalizing on the aesthetics of these styles, I can't like name anything. And I don't know if that's just because I'm kind of like hallucinating this or what, but I feel like I mean, they have like low poly aesthetic accounts on social media and stuff. You know what I'm talking about, right? They have games that are like advertised as like low poly. Here I am as promised. Are you ready to hear me out? I don't know if anybody's listening in, so okay, I've just been talking in circles this whole time. I'm gonna get back to the story. I don't know if anyone's listening in, so I'll be brief. It's going to be too obvious if we leave the village together. We'd best split up. Why don't you leave and head for the forest first? I'll follow shortly thereafter and catch up with you. What? Why do you care? Are you like an outlaw? Why can't people see us? Is it because of Brody? Good morning. I hope you had a pleasant sleep. Please come again. Wrong store. That was the wrong store. Goodbye. I didn't realize how weird my laugh was until I like rewatched my video. Until I rewatched the last Let's Play. I go like instead of like laughing like a normal person. That's pretty fun. Okay, Rhodey needs armor. Hello. Hello and welcome. We have all kinds of armor for sale. Please feed. Yep. Sale items. What do you mean? What does that mean? Okay. Oh god, is there durability? Does it say what's almost broken? Does Rhodey have broken armor? Rhodey's a ninja? No, I didn't buy something earlier. What are you talking about? Okay, what's better than... I think all of this is better than what Rhodey has. Let's go with, he was wearing a suit before. I assume this is like class armor, because this is all scales, and bronze, and feathers. Rhodey. Okay, yeah, this is class armor. Yep. I don't know why, but like the phrasing of, if you don't need the blank, I'll buy it for blank gold coins, is like the most natural shop dialogue that I feel like I've like ever heard in an RPG. Like I've always just kind of accepted that like, yeah, I mean, it doesn't really make sense that they'd like buy my garbage off of me after I've just like gave them money. But like, yeah, that makes sense. You're a weapon shop. You would probably like take trade-ins of people's, or you're an armor shop. You would take people's armor to sell. Like you're probably doing that with the blacksmith. You're probably buying his armor. Might be like repairing the armor. The whole point of like my cannibalized aesthetics thing was kind of I forgot what the point was. The point was that I love this game's character designs. So many of these guys have been like pretty typical like RPG designs, but they've just like done so much like interesting stuff with like how they're depicted. Like there was the zombie in the last episode that's like kind of just like, it's like barely an undead human. It's just kind of like a thing that's like based on the aesthetic of a zombie. Like it's a shambling green thing. It's really cool. I want more games to do what Ultima did by transforming the kobold into a wolf and just like do that with like all of their things. Maybe I need a new weapon, honestly. I just realized that I'm only doing 4 damage. I mean, I guess now's the best time to do that since I'm right by the entrance. Oh, 8 isn't that bad. I don't know if I talked about this in the last video. I'm doing a thing where I'm like playing, I tweeted about this, I know that. I'm just like playing every game that I play if given the option in hard mode. And I like it because I'm just not, I had a while where I wasn't really paying attention to like the games I was playing or like the mechanics or anything, and I was like, I just I want to linger a little bit longer with the games that I play. I was playing Nier. I got to a part where you couldn't get out of a cave, and you were stuck with a boss, and I had already used all my items, and that ended up being a very rewarding experience for me. I did that with Terraria. I've been playing Terraria for like 10 years. No, the 10-year anniversary. I was not playing it. No, yeah, it's probably been like 10 years. And I play in expert mode basically every time I play. I think I tried master mode once and it like I fell off of it because it just like wasn't really fun. But I tried it again this time, and I'm like split about it because oh, what? No, thank you. Wait, what was she talking about? Is this like a limited time item? Oh my god, no, okay, what is that? Elixir. Okay, that's the sale item. That's like a limited time thing then. But, like, I don't know. I like Nier. I like Nier's hard mode, and that's basically just numbers hard. Terraria's master mode, expert mode is pretty nice because that's just like a whole like mechanical overhaul. Like you have to like play the game basically completely differently. But I don't know about master mode. It's just like it just feels weird. Like, there's already kind of a bit of, like, overinflated difficulty in expert mode. Like, the only mechanic that they add to the Destroyer, which is the big worm, it's like a big metal worm. Most other bosses get, like, a full mechanic change. Like, they, like, start shooting projectiles, or, like, they start spawning more minions, or they get a third phase. The Destroyer's mechanic is that they just make it so its head instant kills you. So, you just have to be really careful not to touch its head, because if you do, you die instantly. And in Master Mode, it just, like, is more certain to instant kill you. Like, you can kind of, it's not an actual instant kill. You can, like, bypass it if you're using, like, really high defense armor. But in Master Mode, it's, like, like, basically an instant kill. As is many of the other bosses in the game, no matter what you're doing. So, I got to, like one of the last bosses, and I just like, it's not even a main progression boss, it's just like a side thing, and it's just like I get so far in it and then it just starts instant killing me, and it's just like, I don't know if it's possible for me to do this. I know what I'm doing wrong. I just don't know if I'm willing to sink any more time into this anymore. It's like, I have like 500 hours in that game, and I've already spent like 60 more with the new update. But yeah. I'm hoping this is gonna be a permanent stance change, because I really don't want to I don't want to fall back into the Terraria pit again. We are in kind of like a sandbox game renaissance, though. Like, new Terraria updates out, Hytale's out, or in early access, and I've liked what I've played of that, even though I haven't gotten very far. What else? just a lot of Minecraft stuff is happening. They made like a Saturn port of Minecraft, and I'm going to play that for the video against my better judgment. I realized that I have like apparently I have like very normie opinions about Minecraft in like a way that really pisses off people who are more fans of Minecraft than I am, because I mean, like, most people like the Unpolished Games video. I have my own issues with it, but like, people liked that video, except for people who like Minecraft, because I spent too long complaining about it, I guess. And like, I don't really blame them, because I realized that like, most of the opinions that I expressed in that video, I thought were like opinions that I had like formed over like a while of like kind of lingering in this, not really in the community, like around the community. Apparently it's just stuff that people just kind of like slop YouTubers regurgitate when they're trying to make a video about how Minecraft is dead. And I'm gonna make one more hot take and hope that nobody who had that opinion about the video is commenting or watching this far in the video. I agree with those guys. I mean, maybe a little less harshly, but I don't know. I think Microsoft is a bad company, and I don't know if they know how to handle the game. But a lot of the new updates have seemed pretty fun. Like, my complaint in that video was about how they're like not innovating enough because they're scared. I stand by that. I mean, I stand by the opinion that they were for a while. I think they're doing a lot to, like, fix that. Which I think is pretty cool. I don't actually know what any of the new updates have been. I think the last thing I saw was, like, the spear. That just seemed cool. But then the source code of PS3 Minecraft leaked, so you can play the console versions on PC, and I'm still under the opinion that the console versions are like the most pure. That sounds way more like elitist than I mean it to be. I mean pure, just kind of like, in my opinion, like the purest distillation. That's a good word. The purest distillation of like the Minecraft formula, because it didn't go very far. I don't think it went far enough into Microsoft's reign for it to get like annoying. It runs well, because the guy who made it wasn't a bad programmer who was up his own ass. It was like a team of people, in fact. It was a team of people who were professional porters. There's like Java edition source code in there too, like left over from porting, and that's really cool. I don't know if I'm gonna play it, because I don't really Minecraft just isn't really the kind of game that I've like ever really enjoyed on my own. I don't know about that. I haven't really enjoyed Minecraft since I was like 5 on my own, because it's just kind of like I can never bring myself to like have fun for no reason in a game. Like that seems weird. I can never bring myself to like play a game with like, that's an awesome death animation. Play a game with like a like customization features and like customize stuff just for myself, because I'm like, I could be using this time to like play like a legendarily influential single player game, which is stupid. But I have like so much stuff going on at all times, and I'm very bad at time management, so that's my excuse. But yeah, if I ever decide to play Minecraft again, maybe next time I like try to get my friends to play the game, I'll be like, yeah, boot up the boot up the PC port of the worst version of Minecraft. Let's play that. But it seems cool. I'm glad that that happened. I think a lot of people kind of like assume that I say a lot of people. I think a lot of people who watch the Unpolished Games video, because that was my most popular video, assume that I'm like more like precious about like the true version of things than I am. Like, I complained about Animal Crossing New Horizons. I literally just today started playing that again. Like, I started a new save file. I'm having a lot of fun with that. I think when I like complain about the new things being different, it's not necessarily like a complaint. It's more of just like a. I mean, I kind of did that with Guilty Gear too. I don't hate Strive. I'm like the only person in like my fighting game group that defends Strive. I just think that the other stuff is a little more interesting in my opinion. Like it pushed a little more boundaries, and I wish that I think that asking for the new game to push the same boundaries is like a kind of a stupid request, and I think that's the kind of thing that a lot of people want when they like learn that like the old thing was different. But I really don't want that. I just kind of want like them to like not be scared of making their game like do interesting stuff with the game. I want the next Animal Crossing to be the weirdest one. Like, I don't know what that would entail even, but like I don't want it to like follow in the footsteps of New Horizons or even necessarily in ACGC. I want it to like do its own shit. This guy's name is Bone Slave? I was so distracted last time that I didn't notice that this guy's name is Bone Slave. That should be like the name of a band. But like, probably like a bad one. I don't know if I mentioned this. I am planning on making more Guilty Gear videos. I wasn't like sure. I had like considered it while I was making the Missing Link video, but it wasn't like something that I was like for sure about until like I like kind of like saw the like I got like a little bit farther, and I was like I think actually it was when I was editing like the little like AMV I made for the end of the video, and it was the cutscene from like the special edition of Guilty Gear X or something, or like the DVD that came with like the PC version, and I was just like, wow, that I could like talk about this so much. I have to talk about Guilty Gear X. It's like I can't just stop at the second one. I have to talk about all of them. I haven't really made any progress with that. I started Guilty Gear X a little bit ago. Honestly, that game is like boring. That game really has like nothing going for it compared to Missing Link. Just because it's like, not really because it's like bad. I mean, I don't know if it's a little bit bad. I don't know if it's interesting as... It's like bad. It's like as bad as Missing Link, but it isn't as interesting as Missing Link. So I'm thinking if I do end up making my next video, it probably won't be like a one game a video kind of retrospective. I might just lump like every X game in together. And then maybe do like Accent Core and like the spin-offs in a third video. I don't even honestly know if I want to do Exard, because I don't have like a stance on that game really, because I'm not good at it. I'm not really good at any of the Guilty Gears. Exard just kind of has like lame energy. It's just like this is gonna sound kind of crazy, that game feels like they... Okay. This is... I don't know if I mentioned this in the last video. I have like a theory about the Japanese arcade scene. In the late... No, I did mention this, didn't I? If I didn't mention this in the last video, tell me in the comments and I'll tell you in the comments. Going off of my theory, when they got Guilty Gear back, they had to make it hornier. So they followed in the footsteps, not of BlazBlue's horniness, but of Skullgirls is. That's not just because Potemkin looks like the Nazi grappler who never got added to Skullgirls. But because of the art style and proportions. If you look at Alex Ahad's style, he has like that thing where everybody is constantly at a 3/4 angle no matter which direction they're facing. Like their face. That happens like crazy in Exard. Everybody has gigantic fucking calves. The biggest fucking calves on the planet. I don't know if they have giant calves in Skullgirls, but their knees are pretty fucking small. Like look at Slayer compared to the X Games to Exard is the next game. Look at Slayer compared to like the old X Games to X the Third. Look at his calves. They're huge. And then look at Milia. They gave her bigger hips and bigger thighs because that's what Philia did. That's just kind of, I don't know. Whoa. Oh god, no, this is a boss, isn't it? Oh, that... Wraith, okay, no. I don't have any MP left. Okay, let's see how far we get. But yeah, that's my theory. That's why I don't really like Exard. It feels like kind of heartless. It feels like, I don't know. I feel like the designs hadn't really gotten up to like the strive point of like hyper-maximalism, where it's like cool how hyper-maximalist it is, but it wasn't like... Excuse me. Why did I say excuse me? The microphone did not pick that up. I burped. That's... and it's not like 90s OVA level character designs is the older games. It's just kind of like lame. Jesus, that was awesome. That was so cool. But yeah, and also I think the story is stupid. I didn't mention it in the video because I have like very strong opinions about how they handled Kai in the Exard games, and I didn't talk about it because I haven't played them. I mean, I haven't like watched the story because I don't care about a fighting game story where you don't get to play it. I think that's like literally the stupidest idea on the planet, and they should feel ashamed for having conceived of it. But like I wanted to wait to like mention anything about it until I got up to that point, to like leave some room, or at least until I've like played the games. I don't think my stance is gonna change. But yeah, the Guilty Gear video didn't do great, but I I mean, the first episode of the Let's Play didn't do great either. So, who give a shit? Not me. I mean, I give a little shit. You should watch my Guilty Gear video if you haven't. It's like, it's... I don't know if it's my favorite one because I, like, made a lot of, like, very, wrong comments about how fighting games worked in that video. But I like it. I like that video a lot. And the thumbnail was good. That's like the only good thumbnail that I've ever made. I always like I always blow it when I draw the thumbnails. That one was pretty good. Do I have to watch this entire cutscene again? Okay, what time is it? Might be... It's been like an hour. Yeah, I think this will be a good place to stop. I'm already getting a little bit tired. I'm running out of conversation topics. Let me know how you think about, let me know what you think I should do about my upload situation, with the Let's Plays, I mean. Let me know what you think about my hot takes about, fantasy and other such genres cannibalizing themselves. Let me know what your favorite and least favorite Sega Saturn games are. Let's go with that. I downloaded like a ton of stuff last night off of MyReent because MyReent is going down, and I don't usually use MyReent, but I'm like, whatever. I'll give it a shot. It's fine. It's faster than the one I was using. But I just downloaded a bunch of stuff without looking at the like looking at what they were about. I'm gonna play all those. I will play more stuff, so tell me what Sega Saturn games you like / dislike.